Welcome everyone, I'm Ray, this is Rize, and today we are back at it again trying to solve this murder mystery. And as you can see, we have some findings and notes and we will go through that first, just because I'm curious and maybe we can get some more information, so let's check it out. So Conan Doyle, doctor, detective, novelist. I led a very rich life. That's all the information we got on him. Interesting. Hua, my dearest friend and partner, commands mysterious power from the East Villain's nightmare. East Villain's nightmare? Oh, from the East. Villain's nightmare. Those are two sentences. I'm not awake yet. That's perfect for me not being awake yet. Catastrophe. A catastrophic event happened in St. Fountain 5 years ago that laid the majority of the city to waste. Cause unknown. Okay, AE. So far, we know that. The latest invention of Lab 42, Schicksal Imperial Institute. A network of Honkai energy neutralization devices that can block Honkai energy within an area. Yes. And an update, the Honkai-based blocking devices outside the Veld Manor are a byproduct of the AE system. Current disabled for reasons unknown. Okay. The blocking devices have 3 pivot nodes. Dr. Tesla seems ready to investigate these locations to find out why they were disabled. Right, they were going, and we were also going. We will, don't worry, we will very, very, very soon check out the crime scene. The invitation letter was signed by Welt Joyce, but the writing obviously came from a lady. Miss Adler tricked Dr. Tesla into admitting the writing came from her. So she is probably very useful for us. The poetic words in the invitation, what could they mean? Good question. Formerly the #1 singer and actress of the Theater Kazarsky of Warsaw, claims to be Welt's old friend. True, what's up with that? Monsters spread by Honkai energy, ferocious and appear in many variations. True. Dr. Frederica Nikola Tesla, scientist at Lab 42, Imperial Institute, Welt Joyce's trusted aide. Yeah, but honestly, Tesla and Einstein are so sus here. Dr. Lisa Albert Einstein, scientist at Lab 42, Imperial Institute, Welt Joyce trusted aide. Tesla calls her moped. That's important. That we have to remember that. Einstein update. Dr. Tesla and Einstein seem to have known Joffrey since long ago. Yeah, she said since birth. Valkyrie Squad. 1 week before we arrived at St. Fountain, the Valkyrie Squad guarding Lab 42 went missing. Welt Joyce, leader of Lab 42, Imperial Institute, master of the Veld Manor, murdered. So far we all know those kind of things. I thought there was more to it though. Dr. Einstein claimed the murder weapon was a dagger. That's something we were not told yet. Okay. Jekyll, an established scientist, seems to have worked with Schicksal. Used to work in St. Fountain before the catastrophe. A dagger. Huh. Jekyll is devoted to her own research and seems reluctant to talk about her past. If it is a dagger, then it must be a human, so it's maybe not even the phantom thing. A mysterious woman called Sensei by the little girl she takes with her. True. Raven update 1. Hua said Raven felt like an assassin. I wonder why. Maybe this has something to do with her past. Yeah, but that's... I actually don't really suspect Raven. I suspect it's someone from the family. Or like from Lab 42 and family, and not the other 2-3 people. I don't know. For now. Raven update 2. Raven and Jekyll seem to know each other. According to Jekyll, Raven took Sora in for redemption. Yeah. Joffrey Joyce, the deceased Mr. Joyce's heir of the blood, nicknamed Joey. Uncomfortable with socially interactions. We can all relate. Sora, the girl who follows Raven around, has a rare disease that only Mr. Joyce can cure, called Raven Sensei. Yeah, maybe. Okay, that's a good point though. That could be a thing where Raven was like, "You heal her," and Joyce was like, "No," and she was like, "Okay, die." But that's very unlikely. I think that must be a red herring. Research files. In the research files left by Mr. Joyce, there seems to be something that interests Raven. Okay, that's interesting though. And that's all we have for now. So, I forgot to say it before, but I hope all of you are getting comfy and let's get into it. We just really need to figure this out here. I'm too curious. I'm way too curious for this kind of stuff. Ooh. Wait. Okay, this kind of looks like Welt. Not Welt. Oh my god, no, I have to call him differently. Joachim. But let's see. The woman did not panic when the sudden darkness fell. It was the last mistake she made. The darkness was a cemetery, specially prepared for her. The cold light reflecting off the deadly steel was like a merciless notice. Blood broke free from her soft flesh and spurted into the air. She didn't even feel the pain in the first few seconds. So that guy, probably guy, maybe guy, it also kind of looks like the Grey Serpent, murdered someone else. A woman. Wait. We really get more murder, huh? That's way too good. It's bad, but it's good, okay? The blood under her body formed a patch that looked like a carpet in bad taste. What? Who are you? Could it be her? Though she is now a colleague, the only thing that makes us allies is our common interests. And our complicity 5 years ago was just an inglorious history. Oh, were they... Okay, they were probably responsible for the catastrophe. Maybe. No, it can't be. I've been vigilant. There's no way she could stab me from the front. Then who could it be? Who could have been trying to kill me? That was the furthest her level-headed thinking went. The rapid loss of blood gradually froze her mind. Yeah, so much for Jackal. Yeah, Jackal is out. She raised her head with her remaining strength. Then she saw that figure. It was her death. It's you. They're right. You're still here. Why? Blood upwelled into Jackal's throat and interrupted her, though her voice was already so weak that no one could hear. Guys, I just remembered. I forgot to change it back to Chinese dub. That's why I have to read this right now. And I was wondering. We will change it back right after this scene, don't worry. Blood upwelled in Jackal's throat and interrupted her, though her voice was already so weak that no one could hear. Who are you? I really would say he could be Joachim. But it also could be something completely different. Maybe it's Owl. Her death smiled cruelly. The sound of footsteps approached. Her death bent down over her. Who are you? Grey Serpent. I knew it looked like Grey Serpent, but Grey Serpent? She bitterly uttered her last 2 words and closed her eyes forever. So it is Grey Serpent? Wait, that's not a mystery if we know it though. The lightning flashed and thunder rumbled. The death disappeared into the dark. A soul faced its final curtain. Wow. Let me very quickly do something that I was supposed to do before this, but I just forgot. I have no excuse. I just forgot about it. So Grey Serpent. But like, is it just the way he looks and it's a person and not the person Grey Serpent? Probably. Maybe eventually. We will try to find out when we do the next stages, hopefully. But now Jackal's dead too. And she was in the manor, right? So who has access to it? Who can just get in there? Because it was secured, right? Oh. Right. We are in the what's it called? We're on the crime scene. It's an elegant, but not excessively luxurious room. The second I entered this room, I smelled a pleasant fragrance. Everything here is neat and tidy, except the 2 alarming pools of blood on the floor. 2 bloodstains? That's exactly what I was thinking right now. Why 2 bloodstains? So they were either moved or moved by themselves. Or another person was offed here. What if... No, that wouldn't really make any sense. Jackal can't already have died because the imposter is too convincing. So She will die, but hasn't died yet. The interlude is really confusing. I turned to Miss Adler perplexedly and met her puzzled eyes. Apparently, she has noticed it too. Do you want me to tell you the details of the murder? Thank you, but I won't need it for now. There is nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. I like that. Before I hear the facts from you, I like to see the scene with my own eyes first. Einstein nodded and soundlessly stepped aside. May I watch you investigate the crime scene up close, Doctor? As long as you don't interrupt my work, Miss Adler. I certainly won't. Alright, now let me try and find some clues hidden in this room. Yes! Oh, I love this! Hi, Einstein. Okay. I wonder... yeah, let's look at this here first. So this is where he was. Supposedly. There are indeed 2 major bloodstains at the scene of the murder. One is on the ground next to the desk. And the desk and the back of the chair were slightly splashed with blood. The back of the chair? Okay. The other is near the window. Could the bloodstain near the window be left by Joyce when he struggled to move after being attacked? Or it was the attacker getting hit by something. Maybe. No, it can't be. There should be a trail of blood between the 2 bloodstains if that's the case. True. So, was it really the other person that also got hurt? Then the 2 bloodstains were left by 2 different persons, perhaps? That's my thought! I am so glad that I'm keeping up with him for now. I'm sorry, didn't intend to walk through it. Let's see. So maybe they came through the window then. The window and the door are the only 2 exits. I avoided the bloodstain on the floor while walking to the window. A few muddy footprints are clearly evident on the carefully polished wooden windowsill. What's more, the footprints form 2 sets of traces of the same person walking in and out. Okay, one puzzle solved. The murderer came in from window, attacked Joyce and then left through the window. Now I wonder though. I watched too much Danganronpa to not think, what if that's what they want me to think? Okay, for now I won't question it. Unfortunately, I'm not a third-rate detective. This is obviously a sloppy misdirection that tries too hard. No, I was right! Okay, so I am supposed to think hard. That's good. That's really good. It's just that I don't know yet how much they want me to think on my own. That's why I was kind of hesitant right now. So, misdirection. So the person came from in the house, meaning they must have entered the house. Okay. A photo of 2 people. A man with a gentle smile is resting his hand on the shoulder of a boy in a velvet chair who closely resembles him. I immediately recognize that the man is Welt, and the boy is Joffrey, Welt's child, whom I just met. A sweet father and son photo, but there's something about it that looks a bit unnatural to me. Joffrey's eyes are dull, as if he's half asleep, and the big soft chair seems to be propping him up. What? He looks much less alive in picture, even compared to his timid look in the hall just now. Okay, that's important. So is that hinting to us that Joffrey is not a human heir, but like he was made, and that he might have not been finished then or whatsoever? I wish we could look at all of this, and I wish they would let us see the photo. That would be pretty cool, but I will keep that in mind. Even though Joffrey is a kid, I will not rule him out if he's not human, you know? I walked to the fireplace and found a pair of boots hidden within. Oh, the sole pattern matches the footprints on the sill. Wow, they were really not that smart. Why would you... Huh? Dr. Einstein. I apologize if you feel offended, Doctor. Though I tried to dissuade Dr. Tesla, she insisted on giving you a test. Really? You guys? You shouldn't mess with the crime scene in any way. If you can't even figure out this, then I won't trust that unreliable snooper. These were her exact words. Can't argue with her. I mean, I guess, but not directly in the crime scene, right? That would be... they could have ruined real evidence. They are way too carefree. I don't know. I mean, Tesla is careful, But like carefree in the sense of, do they want me to really find the murderer? I'm not convinced yet. There are various documents in the drawer of Joyce's desk. I leaf through all of them. They are mostly research logs or drafts about Honkai energy research. I tried to look for hidden clues in the words and formulas using common decoding techniques, but found nothing. Then a draft written in messy handwriting caught my attention. It's mostly research-related drawings and calculations. But there are some strange words scribbled in the margin, which seem to be written down absentmindedly. Ooh, it's been going on for a month. I think it's time to rule out mental fatigue. The psychiatrists can't figure out why either. So did Joey act differently, maybe? Why do I keep having the same dream? Okay, no, it's about him. A dream. Oh. Why do I keep seeing that girl? And why is she always so mournful? Some researchers have reported similar experiences too. Obviously, it's not because I'm insane. So many years of investigation finally started to pay off. Maybe soon. What were they really doing here? Or what was he really doing here? The handwriting stopped abruptly, as if the writer of these words was interrupted. Huh. So we have a few more updated evidences. So let's talk to Einstein and see if you guys will further completely throw me off or not. I looked around the room again and confirmed that I've checked every place. I'm ready to hear the details of the murder, Dr. Einstein. 2 days ago, at about 7:15 p.m., Dr. Tesla and I came back from the lab and went to see Welt to report work. We knocked on the door of his room, but there was no response. No response. Could it be because Mr. Joyce was so immersed in work that he didn't notice the knocking? I don't think so. We knocked many times, and Dr. Tesla even swore at him loudly. He couldn't be that focused. The hierarchical system of our institute is quite... free. Einstein gave a gloomy smile and proceeded. And then we heard a voice coming from the room. Whose voice is it? Welt's. It sounded like he was on the phone with someone, so we decided to come back later. But at around 7:40, when we were on the first floor, we heard a thump that came from his room. We immediately went upstairs and opened the door. Then we saw Welt. He was lying in a pool of blood, right there. Einstein pointed to the blood stain near the desk. There was a deep wound on his back, which seemed to be caused by a sharp object, such as a dagger. So the murder weapon was not there? It was in the room, just not on Welt's back. Huh? For the first time, Einstein's eyes are filled with confusion and fear. Okay. I'm starting to believe them, but it's just... You guys, you gotta understand here. I can't trust anyone in a murder mystery. In Welt's room, there was another wounded man lying on the floor. Oh! That's an important information. Why did you not tell us? So, that was probably the person that he was on the phone with, or that was probably visiting him. Einstein pointed to the other major bloodstain by the window. A dagger, which might be the one that killed Welt, was sticking in the man's back. Wait a second. Now I'm confused. Who is that man? Is he the murderer? How did he get hurt? And if both of them were stabbed in the back, then they really must have not seen the person coming. Or the thing. Could he be the one whom Mr. Joyce was talking to? He was in the room and was also hurt in the murder, perhaps? I have no idea where my head is, but I apologize if there was any noise in the background until now. I forgot to close the window. Anyway, I don't know, but we only heard Welt's voice outside the door, which was why we thought he was making a phone call. What if the other person couldn't speak? Huh. It was a situation of urgency. Before we moved Welt downstairs for first aid, Dr. Tesla checked on the other man. Was it someone you know? It was Grey Serpent. What? Huh? Grey Serpent. I've heard of him, a notorious intel dealer, but he seemed to have good business reputation in the underworld. An intel dealer. We had no time to attend to Grey Serpent then. We left the room in a hurry to treat Welt, but he didn't make it. I'm sorry to hear that, Lisa. What about Grey Serpent? He died too, perhaps? That's the most perplexing part. He vanished. Didn't he? When we went back to the room, Grey Serpent was already gone. I don't think I can completely solve this puzzle. I think there are many parts missing. What? He was gone. Yes. The size of the bloodstain suggested Grey Serpent was severely injured, but we didn't see anyone come down from the second floor. The only possible explanation would be that he jumped out of the window. I said jump because there was no footprint on the sill. Dr. Tesla arranged that test, probably because she found it inexplicable too. He vanished, huh? What if there is a secret way, room, whatever in the house? Okay, that really doesn't make a lot of sense. But it doesn't really make sense. Grey Serpent's physical condition shouldn't have allowed him to do that. Dr. Einstein nodded. Everyone became lost in thought. After a while, I broke the silence. This case is naughtier than I expected. Grey Serpent, who might be the murderer, could still be lurking in the neighborhood. If that's true, I think we should go back to the hall and gather everyone. They deserve to know what is happening. As three of us spoke, we left Mr. Joyce's room and went back to the corridor on the second floor. But something unexpected happened the next moment. What? All the lights suddenly disappeared and the entire building fell into absolute darkness. Wait, is this the time when Jekyll dies? Because I am wondering, when will she die? So, do we have a power blackout? Don't worry, the mansion has a backup power system, which will auto-active when the primary power system fails. However, about 10 seconds later, we're still standing in the dark. So someone sabotaged it. Someone has access to the house and is sabotaging everything. Did all our devices and systems break down together today? I don't feel good about this, Lisa. It can't be entirely coincidental. Wait, who was that? Was it Tesla? Someone's screaming. It's that little girl named Soda. Oh. Damn it. Did it come from the first floor? Oh no. Oh. That's not what I wanted to do. I was thinking we will run down there. Huh? That's Raven and Joey? What's she doing to Joey? I don't think she's doing anything. I think she is thinking that someone done something to Soda, right? Wow. Okay, what's going on here? We're not fighting, right? Can we... What? Okay. Why exactly do we have to fight? Something happened... Did something happen to Soda and that's why she's now like this? Stop, what are you doing? Fuha? Miss Fuha is back? You should ask Miss Raven. Stay the hell out of my way. Why? What is going on, Raven? You're confusing me. Okay, now that we talked this through with our fists, what is going on? I'm pretty sure that Raven is just thinking someone did something or Joey did something to Soda. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. The fight continued in the dark. Because the people in the fight were too immersed to hear that. Guess I'll have to settle this the hard way. Who are you? Is this Joachim right now? I can tell from the shouts that the one who just joined the battle has the upper hand against my attacker. The next moment, just like the unexpected arrival of darkness, the light suddenly came back again. What is going on? Thank goodness, I can finally take a break. Soda? Soda! No response. I looked around but didn't find Soda. Which one of you took Soda? Where is she? Calm down, Raven. Miss Adler and I had been investigating the crime scene on the second floor before the blackout. Soda's scream was a few seconds later after the blackout. Then we went downstairs and met you. We had no time to take her. Who did, though? And take her? Or is she hurt? As for me, I just came back here from the outside. Hi! Hi, you! That's a really sweet dress you have that I want to have. She seems so different with the red eyes. Yay! It was a girl's voice. We all turned around and saw two strangers. One is a petite silver-haired girl, and the other is a middle-aged man with a scholastic temperament. Hi, Bronya. Hello, Miss Adler. You are here for my father's matters, I presume? Oh, so she is the young lady. And you must be Dr. Conan Doyle. Bronya gently pulled the middle-aged man towards her. Wait, Bronya has a higher pitched tone, right? Ah! Allow me to introduce ourselves. My name is Bronya. I am Weltjoy's adopted daughter. And this is Joachim. He's my guardian and my father's assistant. Joachim reached out and shook my hand. His hand was dry and strong. I smelled a pleasant smell when near him. Didn't they mention smell also when going into the crime scene? I'm not stupid, right? They said it smelled kind of either different or nice. I remember that, I think. I can tell he's a conscientious man, but for some reason he seemed aloof to me. Nice to meet you. So Dr. Tesla took you... where's Dr. Tesla? Oh no. Okay, she probably went to fix it, right? When we came back, the gate was open, and it was dark in the building, so Dr. Tesla went to repair the electricity. So someone came in or ran out without closing the door. The gate was open. Alright, if anyone took Sora away, they must have left via the gate. A dark shadow flashed by before I even finished talking. It was Raven, who just made haste to walk to the gate. Raven, let's first look through the manor, no? Raven, wait! Stay out of my business. Do you want another fight? No, I'm just trying to remind you that this is a huge mansion. Sora might still be here. I'm kind of thinking like him right now. I like that. If I were to take away a child, I'd choose to hide in this building for now rather than running in the heavy rain. Right. It seems that I have convinced Raven. She stayed. Suddenly, Einstein's voice came from the second floor. Right, only we jumped down. Is that Jekyll? Oh no. Her voice trembled. For the first time ever since I met her, she looks so vulnerable. So it did happen now. Why now? Why would the murderer do this when everyone is here? But we all were kind of split up, so that's... Everyone looked in the direction she indicated. A woman is lying face down on the floor in the far corner of the hall, with a dagger deeply sticking in her back. And always in the back. Oh no. Wait, what's... Rache. Revenge. I can read that? Guys, my German is useful. It says revenge. But that would be too obvious, right? You were deceived and so... I were deceived and so were you. No, was it the other way around? I don't know. And revenge. What does it all mean? Oh, wow. This is a whole lot more than I expected and I love every second of it. And this scene with the body really felt like Danganronpa. Guys, I need more games like Danganronpa. If you know any, let me know. Okay, now we are at Girl. Let's take a look. We will take a look at the evidence and hints we found after we're kind of done for today. It really says revenge, huh? Rache. Why German? Who can speak German from these people, or does it not matter because we are just supposed to take that everyone could speak German? Raven, huh? Jackal. I can't believe that I'm saying this, but poor Jackal. In this universe, she didn't do anything wrong, I think. Maybe she did, though, if it's for revenge. Maybe all the people that are dying did something to this murderer. And now he's taking his revenge one after the other? That is the only thing that would make maybe sense. Miss Jekyll is dead? Better go and check her condition. Everyone, including Raven, soon gathered around Jekyll. I bent to check Jekyll's vital signs. She's really dead. How did this happen? Everyone went pale. Bronya turned her face as if she couldn't stand the sight. Her shoulders trembled. Joachim softly comforted her. Serial killings. Irene murmured these ominous words. Just then, Dr. Tesla came back. We updated her on the development. Dr. Einstein also came down to the first floor. What? Another victim? Let's straighten out what just happened. After Miss Adler, Dr. Einstein and I checked the room where the murder occurred, there was an unexplained blackout. At that time, the people downstairs were Jekyll, Raven, Soda, and... I took a glance at Joey, who is standing between Einstein and Tesla. True, he has not said a word yet. I mean, they say that's normal, but like, his clothes have been rumpled by Raven and the melee. Now his head lolls as if he hasn't recovered from the shock. Joffrey. A few seconds after the blackout, we heard Soda scream. I'm not saying the kid did it, but I'm saying the kid is very suspicious. Joffrey, I mean. Soda, I don't know. Why would she be taken? Or did she just... Maybe she stumbled into it? Like she stumbled into them in the dark? And then the murderer just took her? But I don't know. Maybe she also just found a hiding place while she saw it and then she ran away and tried to hide, maybe? Miss Adler and I then came downstairs, started to fight Raven, who thought we kidnapped Soda. Then, as Miss Bronya arrived, Hua joined the fight, and moments later Dr. Tesla fixed the power system. Honestly, that Raven fought us is the perfect chaos so that no one could have noticed the murderer. So, I'm kind of, and I'm not suspicious of Raven, like both of them. Raven is so emotional when it comes to Soda, so I don't believe she would do something like this. But also, her fighting us played directly into their cards. So Jekyll was killed during the power blackout. Einstein cast a glance at me. I know what she's thinking, and I agree with her. I have to disclose Grey Serpent's existence. Grey Serpent? If he is really lurking nearby, I have to say he is the prime suspect. That's true, and Jekyll even said it, but isn't that now too obvious? Wait, the time lag between when Soda screamed and when the blackout occurred was only about 10 seconds. There must be more than one perpetrator, because it takes much longer to get from the electrical room to the hall. True. Oh no. Actually, it could have been done by just one person, because you can do it manually. I checked the cause of the blackout. It was a simple timing device. It's sloppy craftsmanship, but it's actually worked. Okay. So, oh my god, they really planned everything. They even planned that we were all in the hall, and they planned to assassinate her while everyone was there. That's just... What? I see. Was anyone talking to Jekyll when the blackout occurred? My question led to a moment of silence. Then, to my surprise, someone unexpected did something unexpected. Joey, I knew it, who has always been silent, suddenly raised his arm and pointed straight at Raven. Raven and Jekyll were talking, huh? Wait, though. I don't trust this kid. You know I love Joey, Joffrey, Joyce, whatever. You know I love him from a post-Honkai Odyssey. But I don't trust this one. I'm not thinking he is necessarily evil, but there might be something wrong with him, or it is him. Wait! In the very first intro to this event, I think Bronya said that Joachim has to kill Joey. So there is definitely something wrong with him. There might even be something evil with him. What if it's him? That wouldn't make any sense though, because we saw a grown man, but I don't trust him for right now. Joey, are you trying to tell us that Raven was talking to Jekyll when the blackout occurred? Joey nodded. Everyone turned to look at Raven. Yeah, I was talking to her. So what? I felt someone flashed by during the blackout. Must be the murderer, who probably also kidnapped Soda. Raven doesn't seem to be lying. Yeah. But like, what? Did she not talk to her when she was killed? Huh, who knows whether you're making this up or not? I think you might be the one who killed Jekyll, and the motive could be a dispute over your shares of the spoils. What did you say? Hold on, Dr. Tesla. Raven is telling the truth. I also felt someone flashed by while I was talking to Soda. Then Soda started to scream, and then she was gone. What? How? And the next moment, Raven came and seized me. I raised an eyebrow at Joey, who became chatty all of a sudden. There's something about this boy that is enigmatically paradoxical. Yeah, he's weird. Raven's and Joey's testimony suggests the murderer isn't one of the guests. Then was it really Grey Serpent who killed Jekyll? But why? She said it herself, but I'm still having doubts. What? I was lost in thought. Suddenly a strange feeling started to encroach on my senses. Probably because the look on my face gave away my discomfort, Joachim, who's standing right next to me, cast a surprised look. Are you alright, Mr. Doyle? The strange feeling gradually spread in me, as if it was taking over my body. Everything around me is also receding. What's going on? I couldn't even resist before I fell into a deep dream, in which I smelled a somehow nostalgic floral scent. A dream? Welt talked about dreams. Not talked, but like he wrote down, he dreamed. A ray of light slit the darkness. I realized that I had already woken up. Woke up? When did I fall asleep? This place is... I remember. I was in the hall of Welt's residence. My body feels unexpectedly heavy. To be more precise, it's immobile, like a puppet with all the pulling strings cut off. As I'm trapped in this eerie, uncanny state, she appeared. She looks misty and translucent, like a spectre. Seele? I expected everyone but not Seele. What? Help. Help me. I think I just heard her cry, but there was no voice, as if she was a shadow of a girl who should not be seen. What? Help you? Who are you? Why are you in such great pain? Yes, pain. Even though I can't see the girl clearly, I still genuinely feel her pain. Help me. Help them. Them? Who are they? Tell me. Rose is red. Oh my god, she switched. She switched. Rose is red. Is blue. She is still murmuring some broken words, but I can feel her will just went through radical changes all of a sudden. Yeah, you're right. She no longer calls for help. Instead, she has become gloomy and resentful. I will not let you hinder us. This sudden fierce hostility sent shivers down my spine. I tried to resist the girl's attack, but my body is still immobile. Ah, you look troubled. Ugh. The broken murmurs turned into shrill, anguished cries. I can see that you don't want to give in, but you are after the wrong prey this time, silly. What? The heck is going... Oh my god. What the heck is going on? I was so perplexed just now, I couldn't even... What does it mean? Why Seele? Was a weird experiment going on here? And Seele is maybe not even experiment, but is Seele in this case kind of like maybe the Phantom even? But what is she doing here? Am I not dreaming? Is this reality? What do you mean? This is so confusing. Seele, can you just stay down? I need to know more about the story, and fighting you is not helping me. Okay, so are we awake now? But let's think about this for a second. We are dreaming, and we're not only dreaming of Irene Adler, but also of Seele. And they interacted. This is the wrong prey, silly. Okay, now she is on my suspect list, and I don't even mean Seele, I mean Irene Adler. I wanted to trust her kind of because she feels like a sidekick to us as detectives, but so that's actually dangerous. I shouldn't have even fallen for that in the first place. Doctor. Doctor. A familiar voice rang in my ear. Then someone patted me on the shoulder, which pulled me back to reality. Huh? I woke up and saw Hua's worried look. I looked around and found that time had hardly passed. What was that experience I just had? Is that what he was dreaming about? Joyce, I mean? Suddenly, I noticed that there's another person who's also staring at me. What? What? An almost imperceptible smile flickered on Irene's face, which reminded me of something. What? What do you mean reminded you of something and then we just move on like nothing happened? What does it mean? Wait, we are at Fragment 3? Or Owl? Wait a second. What are those fragments? And why are we at Fragment 3 and not Fragment 1? I think we'll do this first. What? A letter to Bronya.
Bronya 姐姐，展信佳。
Is it from Seele?
虽然前天刚刚才写完第2封信，但是有很多事想和你说，所以不由自主又拿起了笔。昨天剩了碎牛肉，做不成牛肉饼，我捏成了丸子当做早饭。前天送来的土豆不太容易煮烂，花了很久才捣成土豆泥。我尝了尝，没你做的好吃，还是缺了迷迭香。小乔倒是很高兴地吃完了。 我也有些犹豫，
Wait.
但还是去折了些迷迭香剪碎备用。我忘了戴手套，断口流出的汁液粘在了手上，洗了好多遍才洗掉。
I didn't want to interrupt her, but first I thought it was Seele, but then I think it is Sora? I haven't heard Sora's voice a whole lot, that's why I'm not sure. And I have never heard Seele's Chinese voice, that's why I'm completely confused right now. I would know it if I would play this game in Chinese, so it's probably on me. But like, because of this, they weren't as good as the ones you made. I think it's because I didn't add Rosemary, but Joey still ate them, meaning they are living in the manor, which, if it's not Bronya, or they were in the manor, I thought it would be Sora, but Sora only came with Raven, so it could still be Seele. So, was Seele living with them? Huh.
其实我还用迷迭香做了2个香囊。我失眠好几天了，小乔也一直在做噩梦。
Increase
可能是
dosage.
因为药量加大的副作用。但是闻着香囊的味道，我感觉好多了。看来书上说的是对的，迷迭香的香味可以安神。
Did Welt kind of experiment on Joey, maybe Seele, and I don't know, maybe even Bronya, I don't know. Or did he make them? This is so weird. There's definitely something wrong with what they were doing here.
不对，也有
In the
可
manor.
能是让我联想到姐姐身上的味道。
Aww.
因为这样就好像姐姐还在我身边一样。不过我担心只靠香囊自己撑不了多久，不行的话，我还是会和胡狼医生说的，再开些安眠药。
Yeah, Jekyll was living in the manor for a while, right?
还
Huh.
是吃药比较轻松。虽然你最近总是和我说尽量少吃药。
Maybe Bronya knew what was going on and was trying to help the others? And the pills are what are doing something to them?
因
I
为
don't
吃
know.
药而产生的副作用，为了抵消副作用而吃更多的药。 我也曾经对此感到困惑，这到底是一种疗法，还是某种恶性循环？但是我们在这里的原因，就是因为我们生了病，而在这里
Okay,
可
no.
以得到免费治疗。
So it is probably really Sora. Because they were telling us that Sora was ill. But it could still be Seele. I really should listen to their voices in Chinese. So either Sora or Seele. Let's say Sora for now because we know that she was ill. We are ill. The reason why we are here is because we are ill. So does that also mean Joey as well?
老师曾经说过，生了病就要治病，医生会想尽办法治病，病人要做的就是配合医生。既然胡狼医生已经研究出了能治病的药，那我们什么都不用想，只要吃药就好。我知道姐姐你最近对医生他们有些不同的想法，但老师是老师，是我们尊敬的人。他
Okay.
相信医生，那我们也应该相信医生。
I'm kind of really thinking now that the revenge or Rache part might be because of the children. Like, for now, the people that have directly something to do with it. For now, Jekyll died, and now this one clue or whatever talks about Jekyll giving them medicine, right? So that must have been not medicine, obviously. And now someone is taking revenge.
所以，我想姐姐你只是多虑了而已。而且无论如何，我不能比小乔先倒下。
Oh, his condition is the worst. It must be strong for him.
每当我想到小乔的病最严重，我就觉得我没有理由感到痛苦。小乔她需要接受单独的治疗，但每次回来都会昏睡很久。问她的时候，也不记得治疗的具体内容。
Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound. That doesn't sound like treatment. Oh
对
no.
不起，我不该写这些的。总之，你也要乖乖吃药哦。期盼你的回信，希尔。
So it was Seele. So Seele was also there for treatment. What? Okay. I really kind of want to look into Owl because what? Why Owl? Why now? What does it mean? Oh my god, we are playing the Hoover suit. Yes! I want it. I really want that one. It's so cool. Okay. While Doctor and that woman are talking to the other guests in the hall, I came near the lift and inconspicuously stood in a corner to observe everyone. Don't you want to join them? Someone spoke to me. No, I'm not good at it. Doctor says one doesn't need to force themselves to be good at everything. He told me that I can just be myself and leave all the lying to him. Dr. Einstein glanced at Doctor, who's eloquently talking to other guests, and gave a rare smile. Empathy is what most people nowadays lack, but he doesn't seem to be one of them. Your partner is a keeper. She then stepped into the lift. If your partner lost track of time chatting, please remind him that a crime scene is waiting for him on the 2nd floor. Huh? Was that before? This is one of the few conversations I had with Dr. Einstein. A while later, I saw Doctor and that woman walking towards me. It seems that the intel gathering is complete. Oh, right. So that is when we first arrived. That's so interesting. We even get different perspectives. Okay, this event is the best. Best of the best. Dr. Einstein is waiting for us on the 2nd floor. I know, I'm on my way to meet her. But right now, you have a more important task. Are we going to follow Hua? What is it? Go to the nearest pivot node with Dr. Tesla. In addition, Mr. Joyce's adopted daughter and her guardian haven't arrived. Dr. Tesla wants to go pick them up. What will my duties be? Protect Dr. Tesla and tell me everything you see on the way when you get back here. I see. But after I leave with Dr. Tesla, what if something happens to you? You can leave your doctor to me. I'll protect him. I don't trust you anymore. Ladies, I know I'm a writer rather than a fighter, but I'm not that weak and fragile. I've been practicing the yeah, we already read that. I was learning from Hua. Trust me. Alright then, be careful. Okay. So, Dr. Tesla is waiting for me, then let's go. Oh, that's not how you chat. Ah, it's you. I guess the detective is somewhat credible. Doctor has told me about my mission. Pick up the 2 guests and investigate the nearest pivot node. I'll go with you, Dr. Tesla. Great. Thank you, Miss Hoover. Now we're going to pick up Vale's adopted daughter and her guardian. Her name is Bronya. She's the only survivor of the cataclysm among the orphans taken in by the church. What if it was before that? Wait a second. Maybe Jekyll worked for the church before that and the kids were experimented on by the church. Huh. The church. Oh, I remembered. You said this Manor used to be a Schicksal church. I heard the church took in many orphans from different places and was quite renowned because of it in Sand Fountain. Sus. After the cataclysm, Weld found her during the investigation of the cause of the disaster, and he adopted her. He worried that this place might evoke her memories of her traumatic experience, So he made her live in another city. And this is the first time she went back to St. Fountain after the cataclysm. She must be overcome with grief about Mr. Joyce's death. No, actually, it might still be... I'm thinking too much, my brain is hurting. The letter that Seele sent to Bronia only makes sense if Seele is still here in the city and Bronia isn't, which means it must be after Vel took them in. Tesla let out a sigh and then changed her tone of voice as if she's trying to cheer herself up. At least she still got Joachim. Joachim, what's he like? Huh? I'm surprised that you showed interest in someone you don't know. Actually, before I sent out the invitation letter, I did background checks on you two, a detective duo that has solved all cases entrusted to them, formed by one bright mind and one relentless fighter who is indifferent to everyone and everything. But now I think the rumors aren't all true. You obviously care about something, especially that detective. Ooh! You're imposing too much personal interpretation, Dr. Tesla. I'm just trying to know about a case-related stranger. Well, if you say so, Joachim takes care of the manor and was Bronia's first tutor. After the cataclysm, he spent 2 years outside St. Fountain helping Bronia recovering from her trauma. In a sense, Bronia may be closer to Joachim than to Welt, her adoptive father. Why wasn't it you or Dr. Einstein who was there to help Bronia? I understand your doubt, but it must be Joachim. He and Bronia have a special bond. What kind of special bond are we talking about here? He had lived in St. Fountain longer than anyone else in our lab. Before the cataclysm, he had been running the church and caring for the orphans. Which means to Bronia, Joachim is the real teacher and father who adopted her long ago. Sus. I see. And when Lab 42 came St. Fountain to investigate the cause of the cataclysm, Joachim was transferred to our lab. I first saw him in the shelter for the survivors. His eyes were dull, as if he was dead inside. He is a strange man. He is obviously a knowledgeable biologist, but in some ways he is unbelievably naive. And he always spends so much time scrupulously looking after the flowers in the yard. Other than that, I often see him muttering to himself before the flowers. I think the deep scars left in his heart by the cataclysm never healed. No, I think there's more to it. I mean, yes, but I think there's more to it, because the flowers are Rosemary, right? Or are they talking just flowers? You seem to care a lot about him. No, I don't. Well, time to go to the train station. Yeah, Tesla doesn't care. Of course she doesn't. We know that. She doesn't have to play, right? They're not here. And I tried to call them but couldn't get through. I examined the ground. Dr. Tesla, look at the ground. The road's muddy, so the footprints are clear. See, those were left by Doctor and me. There are very few people coming to St. Fountain. We can make out the footprints left by Miss Bronia and Mr. Joachim, according to the size. Tesla's just like, smart! What's wrong? Nothing. I just never thought I'd one day hear this detective story kind of deductive reasoning in real life. But in such rainstorm, wouldn't the footprints be washed away? You have a point, but we can at least have a try. Maybe we can utilize the power of science here. This is my latest invention, haven't named it yet. It can analyze, restore part. This way I can track the... whatever. We can track it. That's all that matters, right? Interact. Oh. Nothing. Never mind. There is something. Okay, I do not know how to fight with this Fuga. But it looks so cool. What? Why does she look so cool in this suit? And I mean, everything looks so cool. Ooh! Can you not annoy me right now? Wait, how do I ult? I probably don't have enough SP yet, right? Okay, then let's just move on. Press F and interact even more. 2 out of 4. Oh, health pack. I take it. And one more here. And one more there. Come on. Okay. Yeah, sure. More enemies! We all know and love that. Okay, still haven't figured out it, and I know I could take a look. I know that, guys. I don't want to. I want to figure this out by myself. Or if you tell me, that would also be awesome. No hugs for you, Void Taurus. Oh, more? Why are they here, by the way? We haven't seen normal Honkai beasts. We only saw those ones. Oh, Tesla. Hi. You were standing in Honkai beasts. Do you know that? This is not good. What's wrong, Dr. Tesla? This nasty rain already made it hard to restore the image. And now with the interference of Honkai beast remains... So we lost them. I'm afraid so. Just when we started to feel helpless, I caught a glimpse of a surreal glow. It looks like a bird soundlessly flapping its wings. What? What's that? What? Where? It flew away. Let's go after it. After what? Hey, wait for me! Yeah, what? Why are we following birds? Oh wait, owl. It's probably an owl. Okay, good to know. So, just to get our thoughts back on track, looking at the notes again and see what we can guess for today. I hope you are guessing too. If you don't know yet. If you know, of course you're not guessing, but like... Girl, I had a weird dream. In the dream I saw a girl who first cried for my help and then attacked me. Yeah, it was the other personality though, don't worry about it. Tesla update 1. Dr. Tesla seems to doubt my professionalism and gave me a small trial. Is that important? Maybe I should remember that. Wait, Joyce update. Mr. Joyce seemed to be having a phone call before he was murdered. But there was also someone in the room, so that's weird. Maybe Grey Serpent came in through the window. And left through the window? I don't know. But he also had a phone call? Can't we check his phone? Jackal update 2. After the power came back, Jackal's body was found with a dagger stabbing into it. Also from the back, by the way. I remembered that. Soda update 1. Raven said someone took Soda in the darkness. Soda is missing now. I wonder if she is hiding in the manor though. But the door was open. I don't know. Bloodstain. There are 2 bloodstains in the crime scene. One near the table, one before the window. Yeah, so Grey Serpent definitely was there and was hurt. But like in the next scene, we see Grey Serpent kind of maybe eventually killing Jackal, or Jackal was seeing things. Because even after she referred to that person as Grey Serpent, or after she said Grey Serpent, it still said, and her death was looking at her. So I'm thinking she... I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Photo. A framed photo hanged on the wall. In the photo, Joffrey doesn't look very spirited. Also interesting that Welt only had a photo with Joffrey. Manuscript. Seems to be randomly written by Mr. Joyce to record his wild ideas. Grey Serpent. Intel dealer, suspected of murdering Mr. Joyce, critically wounded for reasons unknown, went missing. Yeah, because I'm not thinking that in that scenario, that Grey Serpent, I don't think this one hurt Welt. Just because both of them were stabbed in the back. Unless... no, it's too far away. There would have been a blood trail if Welt then stabbed him back when he was trying to flee or something. That doesn't make sense. Blackout. In the accidental blackout we heard Soda's screams, which is definitely important. Blackout update 1. It was a rudimentary timing device that sabotaged the power system. This indicates someone could have abducted Soda alone without any help. And it was planned. Bronia. Mr. Joyce's adopted daughter came here for his inheritance. Joachim, Bronia's governess, also the manor's housekeeper and Mr. Joyce's assistant. And kind of a father figure for Bronia. Scent. Scent is really important. Joachim has a comforting smell. Maybe some cologne? Yeah, that's... sure. That's something a detective writes down if it's not important. Because I'm sure there was a scent in the room. Catastrophe update 1. Before the catastrophe, St. Fountain used to have a church founded by Schicksal to take in orphans. Yeah, Schicksal and orphans I don't trust. Bronia update. Bronia stayed at the orphanage in the past and therefore has a close relation with Joachim. Joachim update. Joachim used to be in charge of the orphanage. Dr. Tesla pointed out he had some weird habits when she first knew him. There is a whole lot of weird things. Hua update. The ability to track footprints. Nothing much in mind. Tesla update. Dr. Tesla's tech can restore the scene before it was sabotaged by Honkai energy, but there's a time limit. Wait! Then why didn't she restore the scene from when Welt was murdered. Because even though they first tried to reanimate him, it couldn't have been that much time that the time limit already was overstepped, whatever. Because why could she do that now? So was it maybe tempered with Honkai energy? I mean the crime scene? Honkai beasts. Honkai beasts are spotted in more places and causing greater damage, which is weird. Great, guys. Well, do I have a clue? Absolutely not. Because I feel like that Jackal said Grey Serpent could be to throw us off. I mean, it looked like Grey Serpent, but I'm not sure if I can trust that picture. Because it's so weird. Or we have another situation that there are thousands of Grey Serpent. But also, that's still weird because he just vanished. And I mean, I will not cross out Grey Serpent as the murder suspect, but also he's just weird. It's too convenient to think that Jackal would say the name and now we know it. I don't know if I'm overthinking though. So for today, I'm really suspicious of Joffrey. Like I said, I don't think he killed them, because to stab someone in the back, and Joey is very small, so that doesn't even work physically, because you need to be strong, and if it's in the back, no one who's small would stab in the back because that's too high up and you can't use all your strength if you're stabbing up and not forward. You know what I mean, probably, right? Okay. Weird thinking though. But today he is definitely the most suspicious person, just because there's something more to him, but also Seele. I was very surprised. Anyway, guys, I hope we'll find out more next time. Bye!